Today we're going to talk about how to create a resume and cover letter for tech companies. Ready for this? The best cover letter for tech companies is no cover letter. Also, nobody cares about where you went to school. What they care about are your skills and experiences. How do I know this? Because I worked at 3 different tech companies and I got a job in investment banking and I never used a cover letter one time. Facts. No internships, low GPA from a school that nobody's ever heard of. So I'm telling you things that I really know. I also never wrote a cover letter to get a job in tech or investment banking. So you could take all those cover letter templates and cover letter builders and throw them in the trash after you watch this video. And with that said, I know some of you are gonna listen to me and you're watching this video so you can figure out who your cover letter should be addressed to. So I'm gonna start there. As a job seeker, you wanna be focused on the hiring manager, not the recruiter. Why? Because the only people that care about cover letters, GPA, and what school you went to are recruiters. Hiring managers actually care about what you know how to do and what you've actually done. Did you catch that? Hiring managers at tech companies care about what you've actually built. That doesn't mean work experience or how long you've worked at a certain company. It's a focus on what you know how to do. I say that because I want you all to start thinking about cold emails and warm emails as cover letters for tech people, and they should always be focused on hiring managers or anyone that can get you into the hiring process. If you want to learn more about cover letter formats or how we think about a cover letter, check out our guide on cold emails or warm emails here. Writing cold emails and warm emails during the job search are key. And if you want to learn more about how to get a job with no experience, make sure you check out my video over here so that you can get the dream job you have always been going for. So now that we've talked about how to create a cover letter for tech companies, let's talk about how to create a resume for tech companies. Remember how I said nobody cares about where you went to school? They care about your skills and experiences. So personally, I like to organize my resume on one page in this order: professional experience, leadership experience, education, and other. When you're talking about professional experience, it can include what you've built, it can include your startup experience, your corporate experience, but it's usually going to be something that's professionally related. If it's leadership experience, it might be something that you did with the Boys and Girls Club, or as a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout, or even as a veteran or in a volunteer organization. Under your education, even if you didn't go to school, some type of training that you put in there. And then the other, you want to be really focused on things that you think are going to be interesting to people, like playing the cello or doing sports or something like that. So again, the order: professional experience, leadership experience, education, and other. Do you see what I did there? Education is at the bottom. Why? Because people are more focused on what you have built, your skills, and your experiences. If you're an engineer, focus on your portfolio. And if you want to learn more about how to build a portfolio, programming portfolio, check out the video by my co-founder Archer right over here. If you're in sales, don't tell me about which boot camp you went to or which sales training that you took. Talk to me about how much deals that you closed and how much money that you made. That's what they're looking for. They don't care if you've worked for years, if you've made the company $1 million in 3 months, right? Okay, so now that you know that you want to structure your one-page resume by professional experience, leadership experience, education, and other, I want you to structure all of your bullet points in STAR format. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. And you can use this power verb guide to make all of your descriptions more powerful. When you focus on the STAR format, the call to action is extremely important. So once you have a bullet that describes the situation, the task, and the action, you need to make sure that the result is quantitative. What does that mean? It means that you have to explain two things clearly. Say specifically what you did and give results about what you did. So let's say you want to work at a tech company that focuses on events, but you have no corporate work experience. Maybe you can list the work that you did when you were throwing parties at clubs. The bullet point could look like organize 5 events resulting in $200,000 in revenue, or something about attendance or people reached, or something similar to that. You might not think about throwing parties as something that's relevant for a job application, but making sure that you know how to communicate things that aren't corporate related in a way that looks compelling on a resume is an art form that you need to master. And just so you know, this is a personal story for me. I had my party promotion experience on my resume to not just get a job in tech, but also to get a job in investment banking as well. So these are true stories. With that said, if you're familiar with the job descriptions or job postings for the roles that you're applying for, make sure you fully master the lingo and the language so you can include that type of vibe, that type of energy on the resume bullets that you're creating. For example, if you're trying to create a resume for tech companies, you might want to have an understanding of what a VC is, or what seed rounds are, or something related to fundraising. It really depends on what the role is that you're going for, but there's different acronyms and analogies that make it seem like you are a career expert. Like I said before, don't be ashamed of anything that you've done in your life. And spending anything that you have done on your resume so that it comes off professional is an art form. So you want to focus on matching the language that people are used to talking about on your resume for the role that you're targeting so that you are positioned as a career expert. Finally, make sure you PDF your resume. But you might want to explore using tools like DocSend or Box, because if you have any changes that you want to make, you won't be able to make it if you send out a PDF attachment. I don't know if you caught that, but that's free game right there. Because you might have some work experience that you forgot about that you wanted to share with the prospective hiring manager, but you can't update it if you attach it in a PDF in an email. But if you send them a link to your resume, and if you ever wanted to change it later on, all you gotta do is update the link, and whenever they look at it, it's gonna be the latest copy. So boom, that's my video on how to create a resume and a cover letter for tech companies. I know you probably have a ton of questions that I want to answer. So please, please, please leave comments below, subscribe, tell your friends, and let's break in.